Now, I know many of you who see this title are thinking, Gummy, I thought you hated anime. And you'd kind of be right. I'm not someone who really partakes in anime fandom or really even watches anime much anymore. Mainly because every time I do, there's always something that bothers me about it, whether it's the excessive fan service or sexualization towards minor characters. And I know some people are thinking, oh, but Chainsaw Man's Schooner anime, which no, it's not. I haven't even caught up fully, but I am tired of people saying that, to the point where maybe if this video gets enough traction, I'll make a whole video in defense of Chainsaw Man. But besides that, I watched the Reze Arc Chainsaw Man movie in theaters with a buddy of mine. Shout out Kaldrek. And let's just say that that movie was genuinely better than I could have expected. One thing you'll know about me is that I love romance, doomed romance to be more precise, and this movie absolutely delivered. I could go on and on about the beautiful animation, and truly I could. Every single shot of this movie is genuinely a masterpiece. It's a painting, belongs in a museum. That's how much I loved it. Now, obviously, now that I mentioned before that I don't have that much knowledge of Chainsaw Man as a whole, I tried watching the anime, I would say maybe a couple years ago or so, I think, and I never fully caught up with it. But most things that happened I was semi-knowledgeable of, either due to my slight knowledge of the anime or because of friends that watched the anime itself or read the manga. And it's funny, I came back after the movie thinking to myself, wow, that was genuinely such a beautiful and well-written, well-executed movie. It genuinely surpassed my expectations, and mind you, I didn't even really have any. I just came in under the understanding that it was a good movie. Like, it was a well-received one. That's what everybody around me was saying, right? And it's funny, it's funny because, to no one's surprise, I grew to really enjoy Denji and Reze and their whole dynamic. And I find it ironic that most people generally who watch Chainsaw Man, according to what I see online, are pretty media literate. So why is it that I look online and I see some people arguing that Reze didn't love Denji? What the hell are you talking about? And I'm thinking, what the hell are you guys talking about? It was so blatantly obvious that Reze loved Denji, though obviously not at first. It's pretty... It's almost... what's the word? It's almost funny how, like, most romance or, like, comedic, like, romantic comedies, it always starts out with, like, a caveat, like, oh, I know this was just a mission, or I know that this was just a prank, we were just pretending to be in love, but I actually am now. But in this case, it works so well. Reze obviously comes to capture Denji or, like, kill him because it's her mission. She was a weapon for the government in Russia, and that's why she's after Denji. Though there seems to be a general disregard for when her image starts to slip up. That scene when they're watching the fireworks is her letting go of that facade. She genuinely wants to build a life together with Denji and go to school, because as we later find out at the end of the movie, she never got to live a normal life. She never got to go to school. She never got to experience life as a teenager. And she sees that Denji is just like her, in which the government groomed him into becoming a weapon and not living a normal life as a boy, as a teenager. And it's truly tragic that the moment that they realize there's another option, something happens. And by that something, it's Reze realizing that Denji doesn't want to run away with her, and she lashes out and she bites and makes him bleed, and then it ensues the chaos of her trying to kill Denji. And at the very end, once everything's said and done, Denji still holds on to that hope that all what she said wasn't a complete lie, and says that he'll wait for her every day at the cafe she worked at. And as sad as it is, we later then see Reze now understanding that she has a choice and that she can live life as a normal human and not as a weapon. She rushes over to the cafe, but unfortunately meets her demise at the hands of Makima. And as I already mentioned, we then get the understanding that Reze herself longed to have that sense of normalcy in her life because she never got to experience anything else other than being a weapon. The saddest part about these two characters is that they didn't realize they had a choice this whole time because the government groomed them into just being the devil part of themselves, the weapon. And it's especially sad because, as we saw earlier in the movie, Denji literally exclaims that every girl he ever meets only ever wants him for his devil heart and not for him. When will it be the day that somebody actually wants him for him instead of the devil heart he has? And so I think it should come to no surprise that I'm here to say, no shit, Reze loves Denji. But as luck would have it, the moment she realizes that, it's far too late. Because we obviously know that Makima will do anything to make sure that Denji continues to be obedient to her and continue to work with her, or for her, I should say. And it's truly tragic. It really is. It's sad to think that had Denji chosen to run away with her, they could have lived a normal, happy life. As we saw in, I believe the author recently made an illustration of the what if scenario. But still, I genuinely love this movie, and even now as I think about it, I truly hope that if you haven't seen the movie, you go see it for yourself, because honestly, halfway through the movie, I almost forgot that this was a Chainsaw Man movie, and I saw it as just a tragic love story that could not be. And with that, I say, Reze absolutely loved Denji. There should be no room for discussion for something that blatantly obvious. And that's gonna be it for me. If you watched the movie itself, or watched the anime, or read the manga, let me know what you guys think of the whole Reze arc. You guys also loved tragic romances as much as I do. Let me know in the comments. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.